I'm either going to vomit, burp, or fart in the middle of my scene. Hi, I just finished filming some bits and pieces for the next Boss and Conquer series, episode 2. Sorry, I'm so close to the camera, but I figured I'd just show just a little bit behind the scenes of, like, I don't know, my setup for this video, just making YouTube videos and all that. So right now I have my camera on a tripod because I was filming something like over my desk area. So yeah, I was filming like right over here, and I have my lights set up right here. Super tight space. You guys already know, like, you know, my creative space, my desk area and all that stuff, which I kind of changed up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but I also have this cube right there that you see, that used to be right next to this cube over here, which belongs to the boy, but I moved it. I just felt like I wanted all of my stuff right next to me, right next to the desk, so clearly you can see how it's organized. Nothing like, you know, too crazy. Kind of have everything on it that I had on the other side of the room. It's the next day, and I just finished filming the sit-down portion of the next Boss and Conquer episode. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. I'm gonna make some food. Then I still have to do a little bit more voiceover stuff for the video. So yeah, it's a busy day here. I've just been working and, you know, being creative. That's the way to go. Take down the Christmas tree. Is it too late? Oh well.
Under neon bright lights when I see you dancing on the Polaroids. Just wanna have a good time, don't you? It all goes low, low, low. I don't wanna talk before the moment slowly slips away.
To look for a backdrop, so I could have a different backdrop for self-tapes, but they were much more expensive than we thought. And now he's getting this for him. So what is it?
This is a large reflector, so that when you bounce light from your speed light, it hits here and then goes this way.
And this is a little case for his wires. Yeah. And then, of course, I got a self-tape while we were here, so we're rushing out of here so I could go home and start prepping for my self-tape. This happened last week. Last week, I woke up to an email for a self-tape that was due, like, the same day. And my class is tomorrow, which is the last class, so that's good. But it's just, like, ironic how, like, last Monday I had a self-tape that was due ASAP. Today is Monday. Following week, I have a self-tape that's due ASAP. And also, you know, a scene to prep for class tomorrow night, so we're rushing out of here so I can do that.
I sat down by the ocean. It's that tears that I feel up with emotions. Could I taste them for real?
I've edited one version of my audition. It's rendering. It's taking forever. It's at 41%. And then I have to edit a second version just because I want to. And then upload everything to Dropbox and send it off. It's going to be a very late day. I mean, it's basically Tuesday. And then I have to stay up and work on my scene for my class tomorrow. Hashtag actor's life. Dark circles are looking so bad. So I just just wanted to try something on camera with you guys. I picked up the Maybelline Dream BB Pure 8-in-1 Beauty Balm Skin Clearing Perfector. This one is the one with salicylic acid. I got it in the shade Medium Deep. And the reason why I picked this up is because I don't like to wear foundation all that often. Like days like today where I'm not doing much, I just rather do something super light. I've never really had any luck with BB creams, CC creams, or tinted moisturizers. Like they either are too light for me or just a little bit too sheer, or they make me break out. So I just wanted to try this out because, you know, I like something simple. I've already prepped my skin and did my routine and all that. To prime, I used the Bare Minerals Blemish Remedy Gel. I forgot how good this one was. The consistency is light. It has a very moisturizing feel to it, but then as you rub it in, you kind of like, you start to feel the tackiness of it. It's not anything too crazy, but if you ever tried it, you know what I mean. And then over certain areas of my face, I used the Milk Makeup Primer. I tested a little bit of this like on my lower jaw area yesterday, so I think it's going to be a good match. I've tried this before in the past, it did not work for me, so let's try this guy again. I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk flat top brush. I think I've used this before on camera. I really like this guy. Didn't put that much on, but it feels very, very light and comfortable. It's light, but you can kind of like really build it up if you wanted to. I really like this guy, like a lot. Like a lot. So I'm just gonna do the rest of my face to conceal. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal True Match in Warm 4 to 5, which is light medium. This is a drugstore favorite of mine. And do my brows, and then I'll be right back. So something else that, the heater is getting loud. Something else that I wanted to try on camera with you guys is this CoverGirl True Blend bronzer. I've never seen this before, so I don't know if it's new. I don't think so, but another struggle of mine is finding a really good bronzer for my skin tone. Some of them are just, I don't know, like the undertone is a little too red, or it looks like the super blotchy, and I don't like how it blends. So I wanted to try this out. I did put this on top of whatever I had on yesterday, which obviously isn't like a really good indicator. It looked nice, but like, I don't know. I prefer a more true bronze brown type of deal. So let's see how this guy looks. So far, just like tapping a little bit in, there's a lot on the brush. That's cool. I'm kind of like gonna use this to contour a little bit too, you know. Oh, that's pretty. It's so subtle, and like, I don't have my contacts on, so it looks nice and subtle. That's pretty. It looks natural. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not, because the natural light situation going on here. I don't have any on this side. I don't know, but I really like this shade. It's really good. I didn't set my face, by the way, which I normally would with like powder, but I just didn't feel like it. I just wanted to like test everything out without adding layers of other things, just to see how it wears. I think for like a quick everyday running errands, staying in the neighborhood, like this is just very simple. I need to blend out my eyebrows a little bit more, they look intense. I'm gonna do some mascara and then I'm done, but that's the only thing I wanted to do on camera with you guys, was just test out these two products. And I really like them so far. So, you know, if you don't have much time, you need something really quick and on the go, then try it out. I may be late to the game with that Maybelline Dream thing, but whatever. I really like the shade. Hopefully it doesn't look too dark on me. I am blind as a bat, so I don't know. I'm really liking this freaking simple makeup. Like, I know my under eyes are not like, oh my god, super flawless, whatever, but like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna wear my glasses, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, yeah, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about the past 2 weeks once I'm working on my vision board, but for now I have a lot of stuff that I need to print out. And yeah, I'll be right back. I have this little vision board workbook here. I have a few more exercises that I need to go through, but this is just going to help me stay really, really focused and clear, which is like key for vision boarding. It's just gonna help me stay really focused and clear on the goals that I have and making sure that I don't go off track with my vision board. The more specific you are, the better. So that's why I'm making this one primarily for acting, just things that I want to accomplish this year. So I'm gonna work on the workbook and all the exercises in here, and then we'll do the vision board.
Remedy, 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 and the way you go, baby, don't you know there's a remedy, 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 yeah.
This vision board is specifically tailored just for my acting goals. I just wanted something more specific for this year instead of adding to my main board that you always see in my background. This year I decided to go with a black foam ready board. This is what it's called. It's pretty big. Well, not huge, but you know, it's standard. I got this from the dollar store. So I got that. I got my scissors, glue stick. I also bought these glitter pens. It's just gold and silver. I figured this will look really nice against the black. I have some things in this envelope here that I cut out from, you know, magazines or whatever. Whenever I can't find something in magazines, which is pretty typical because since my board is specifically related to my acting career, I make sure that I get magazines that make sense for that. So those magazines like Hollywood Reporter and Variety and all that stuff can be pretty pricey. So I got what I could from some magazines. So another affordable option for you guys, instead of like buying a ton of magazines, is to just go to Google Images or Pinterest, and I copy and paste the images into a PowerPoint blank presentation page thingamajiggy. And then I have all of these things here that I just print out and cut and arrange on my board, and it's super cheap.
Dressed in cigarette smoke, is it the print you wanna leave behind? Get all those cold eyes cold looking, or saying bye bye bye. I don't wanna talk before the moment slowly slips away.
I had to take a mini break to eat because I was getting such a headache. We're coming along. I realized I was working on it, but I wasn't talking like I wanted to talk to you guys about some things. But anyway, this is what we have so far, and I'll explain it later. Here's what's been going on the past 2 weeks that have me like in a frenzy. And it's not anything bad. They're just things that I need to like get adjusted to. But I mentioned last month that I signed up for an acting class. It was just a 2-week acting class, basically just 2 classes on Tuesday. It started on the 8th, and the Monday, last Monday, the day before the first class, I woke up early and I had an email about a self-tape that was due ASAP. Now, I was super grateful that I woke up early and I saw that because I had enough time, to work on that. I had to put my scene for the class to the side so I could focus on the self-tape and get that done. Once that was done, then I worked on my scene for the class, and then of course I had all day, most of the day on Tuesday for the class. But it's still a process that's very tiring because I'm up late. That was last week, right? This past week, which I'm sure I included the clips of in this vlog, or I think I will. So Monday I get another self-tape, but this time it didn't come in until like after 3:30, and I was out. And it was a lot of material. It wasn't anything like super crazy. It was just a lot, and it was like, later on in the day, and I'm thinking like, oh, when I get home I'm gonna work on my scene for the class, and I had to work on the material for the self-tape, and that just took a really long time for some reason. It just did. By the time I was done the last time I vlogged that night, I think it was like after 12:30 or something, and I was rendering and it was taking a long time. But I basically finished and sent everything after like 1:30 in the morning, and I stood up so that I could work on my scene for class, right? Which I regretted doing. I should have totally just like slept and rested my body, but I stayed up for another like 30-40 minutes just because I wanted to work on the material, right? So then Tuesday morning, which was, if you think about it, it was just like a couple hours later because 1:30 a.m. Hello, it's Tuesday already, right? So I wake up early so I could read the script, so I could understand the context of my character and my scene all together, right? So I read it, awesome script, freaking loved it. But I woke up not feeling well, and that was my fault because I ate late. And I just woke up super nauseous, super bloated. I was so exhausted. I tried to nap during the day, but I can't nap during the day anymore like I used to. I need to figure it out. I had a headache. I wasn't feeling well. And I knew the material, but because I was so tired, I was like doubting myself. So then I finally get to class, right? And now I'm starting to get a headache because I barely ate because I was so freaking nauseous. Like the smell of everything just bothered me. I was just eating crackers and drinking ginger ale, and I had like a little bit of white rice, and that's basically all that I had, right? So we're sitting in class and I'm freezing. I felt so cold. I had my huge blanket scarf wrapped around me. Everyone else was saying that it felt warm, but I was freezing. I was so cold. The lights seemed really bright to me. They were bothering me. My contacts were bothering me. I ended up taking my contacts off. And when I'm in a class setting, like, I don't like to be first, but I don't like to be last either. I like to be like third, you know, fourth, somewhere in the middle. But I just could not. I just was like, I was really doubting, like, do I really know this material? Because I just felt so tired and so exhausted that I felt like I didn't give my brain a rest. And I just felt like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just felt foggy. I felt like I just didn't feel myself. So then when I finally do go up to do my scene, and I was the last person, do the first take, and she was like, I feel like you're nervous. But the thing is like, yeah, I was nervous, but I'm not nervous to perform in front of anyone. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm nervous to do this scene in front of the class. It's just that I just didn't feel well, and I had this fear. And I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous, but it's like an honest fear. I was nervous because I'm like, I am so gassy. I feel so sick. I'm either going to vomit, burp, or fart in the middle of my scene, and that's going to be humiliating. And it's not the right thing to think, obviously, but I rather think that in a class setting than in an actual audition. But yeah, that's what was like making me nervous. It's just like, it was kind of like an intense scene, and I was like, if I do too much, something might come out. I don't know. It was such a mess, but she gave me some adjustments, did the second take, and it was totally fine. And then yesterday when I was looking at my tapes, I felt horrible, and I felt like it was a disaster, but when I looked back, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't that bad. And it's just like, you know, a reminder that sometimes things just aren't as bad as you think that they were, because it's you, and you think it's, you know, it's a hot mess, but then watching it, like, you know, it was okay. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I'm already talking like way too much. I'm gonna work on my board. Ooh, did you hear that crack? That was my neck. All right, bye.